Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
And we're back! All flash!
No substance.
So today's top 5 are the top 5 horror movies of the 1980s.
Yes.
Now this is our 4th installment of our Halloween horror series in the month of October. And we've had some pretty good ones in the last 3 entries. So now this particular top 5 will omit a lot of the horror icons. So you're not going to have it, we're not going to have any list of any Freddys and no Jasons, no Michaels, no Chuckies, no Pinheads, no Leatherfaces, nobody like that. This is just going to be just outside horror.
Yeah.
Outside of those genres or those movies.
Yes.
All right. So, Art, go first.
All right. My top 5.
Number 5!
All right. Oh, I can't let you see my list there. Don't ever play poker with this guy. All right. Number 5. I'm going to go with Day of the Dead.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's one of those movies. Even if it's dated, you can still see over and over. And it's just a great film.
Good freaking good makeup on that too.
Yes.
Tom Savini, gold in that. Number 4.
Okay, moving on. Number 4. I'm gonna go with. I was debating on this one, but Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. Outlander. Love it. Love it.
Those kids were so creepy.
You know the freaking painting of the way they mocked the painting of the Virgin Mary. That's what scared me more. That picture scared me more than the movie.
Though one part I did find kind of cheesy on that film was the opening scene where they're killing everybody in the restaurant. I'm like, these little kids overpowered all these grown adults in this cafe, this little diner.
It wouldn't happen in the West Side.
Like one good punch. I'm not advocating any violence, beating a child. But I'm just saying if
a child comes at me with a knife,
yeah, they'll punch him in the face. Like, a good chancla. See, that doesn't happen in the South Side. Any Mexican family, I'll tell you.
Number 3.
Number 3. The Gate.
The Gate. Okay. It kind of came out a little after Gremlins, so it was kind of like in that copycat mode.
It kind of was, but I can see where you're saying that. But it had its own little thing where you were like suspenseful. You could be you were young, you were still into it, but you weren't too scared where you're gonna have nightmares later.
That's a good.
It's more like I want to know what happens, and then you can still sleep at night. By the
way.
Number 2. American Werewolf in London.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Best werewolf movie ever made.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes. Watching that film, I was with my father, and I was like, dude, this is so awesome. I didn't know people could actually change into werewolves, because the only other movie that featured a werewolf was the Monster Squad that I knew of.
Wolfman Has Nards.
Wolfman Has Nards.
Great makeup. It earned Rick Baker an Oscar, so freaking awesome makeup.
It's amazing how you know all that.
Yeah, useless information 101. That's me. Number 1.
All right.
Number 1 80s horror movie. I'm curious. Go ahead.
Poltergeist.
Wasn't that in your Ghost top 5?
Yeah.
And you're putting it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that awesome of a movie.
Okay. Now you're talking about the remake, right? No, I got you.
No, I
got you.
That movie, when you were a kid, you were like paranoid. And I remember when he was drinking the thing, the vodka came out. You're like, oh, Dad, don't drink ever again. Don't leave the TV on. I didn't want to get too close. I was just, nothing.
That, how many pictures, how many shots for Zelda Rubinstein, huh?
Like, we're going to have to, I think we can redo this one. Let's go again.
All right, my number 5 starts with Return of the Living Dead. Awesome freaking movies, great zombie movie, sold as a sequel to Night of the Living Dead, but it was just the way they tied into that was just awesome. Yeah. Great soundtrack. AC/DC just blew up that soundtrack. I loved it. It was awesome.
That's a good pick.
Number 4. Terrence hates this movie, but I don't care. Night of the Creeps for me, because I freaking love Tom Atkins in this movie. Thrill me. Best line ever. I just love that movie. You got freaking so many iconic lines, and it was just great. I thought it was awesome.
You're probably the only one.
I'm probably the only one. I don't care. I have a soft spot in my heart for Night of the Creeps. I can't help it.
Didn't hate it. It just doesn't stand up today.
All right.
Number 3.
Pet Sematary.
Oh.
That movie was, man, it freaked me out. Seriously freaked me out when I first saw that movie. Now that I'm older, it freaks me out for other reasons. I can't see Gage getting hit by a truck. I can't do it no more. But still, great movie, great makeup. Stephen King's adaptation was freaking golden.
The book was better.
Was it?
Yeah.
I love that movie anyway.
Number
2, Fright Night. Chris Sarandon, Roddy McDowell, William Ragsdale, just freaking Amanda Beers from Married with Children it was just awesome. And when you see it, and we talked about this when we saw it, how when Pennywise had all the teeth, it freaking looked like Amanda Beers when she had all the teeth and all that. But anyway, that was an awesome movie. I freaking loved it. Chris Sarandon was awesome especially at the end when he turns and he's all and I just freaking thought it was awesome.
How was he?
All right, number 1.
Let's see.
Now, this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I always talk about this movie. Terrence gets sick of me talking about this movie every time we have a top 5 on.
You better not say Demons!
It's actually The Fly. 1986 The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
I don't know if I would classify that as a horror movie.
It's a remake. It's body horror, but it's a remake of a horror movie with Vincent Price. So yes, it is a horror movie, but just Goldblum's performance is just so freaking real in that movie. He is just amazing.
Yeah,
in that
where
movie,
she
man.
gives birth and it's
The big maggot. Okay, that's kind of cheesy, but
No, I thought that was actually like gross and
Well, it
cool.
was,
It was like awesome.
but just Goldblum, man, just Goldblum himself was just like
I think that was just
perfection in
coming out
movie.
on that. That was his coming out film right there.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right, because what did he do before that?
The freaking Space Girls Are Easy or
Earth Girls Are Easy. That was after.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was before.
Yeah, and he was like on like Invasions of Body Snatchers.
Yeah,
and
he
all
was-
these little
yeah.
movies, but it was that movie that just
Yeah.
it was awesome.
It wasn't Jurassic Park?
That was 93, but okay. Honorable mentions.
Well, I was gonna say The Hitcher.
Yeah, great movie.
Don't ever give anybody a ride anymore.
Hell no.
That's why you see people standing on the side of the road. I just flick them enough money so they can take the bus. There you go. And Pumpkinhead is another.
Great movie.
Pumpkinhead. It was a little cheesy at times, but at the end of the day, it was just a good movie. A little campy. A little campy.
The original title of that movie was Vengeance.
Yeah.
Vengeance the Demon. That's what it was. That's what it was supposed to be called. But I like Pumpkinhead. It's kind of cool.
The other one I was going to mention, but I'm not certain if it was 80s. It was very early 90s. But you'll know this one. Candyman.
It was 90s. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
I thought it was like 89. I thought it was like right on the border, or 1990 or 91.
No, it was in the 90s because I remember watching it, and Die Hard 2 was out, so it was in the 90s. Yeah, Candyman was great. That was a good movie. But yes, it was
90s.
It was 90s. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, that and well, the other movie that you mentioned,
Night of the Creeps. If you haven't seen Night of the Creeps, it's freaking awesome. Night of the Demons, awesome movie.
And does this count as a movie? The trailer or the movie, the music video for Thriller? Because
You know what? I'm gonna count it.
They called that a movie.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Because it was the
video.
whole thing. It was a
hell
20-minute video just for like a 4 or 5 minute song.
Yeah, I was on in love with Ola Ray, man, when she came out in that movie.
Where's she now?
I don't know, but anyway, all right. So my honorable mentions, also Pumpkinheads, Night of the Demons, They Live, The Thing, Cujo, Christine, Reanimator, The Howling, The Blob,
What movie was not on your list?
Night of the Comet,
The Blob.
You named
Killer Clowns,
Killer
The
Clowns?
Shining,
Wait,
Creep Show 1, Creep Show 2.
Creep Show was on the list, but I thought maybe that might be like borderline on the iconic status. So
You know
I left it
why?
out.
You know why? In all honesty, why I said all those is because these are all the movies that I saw like religiously.
Well, this is what we talked about, where the
freaking-
80s were known for horror movies.
Yeah,
that
80s was absolutely. I think that's when horror started taking its the next level of good storytelling. It was gonna change the world in a way, because when you go with the 70s and you have like Last House on the Left, you have The Exorcist, you have those kind of movies. They were pretty much in your face. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they were like really in your face and all that. But when it came to the 80s, I thought that's where it became a little bit more pop culture-ish, a little bit more accepting, a little bit more commercial in a way. So yeah, man, 80s all the way, definitely.
Yeah. The 80s just, we didn't have the special effects, so imagination was still being used, but there was implementation of all this, some of the special effects was really corny, others it was like pretty advanced for its time.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, you got to see blood squirt, like, oh, we can use this pump and shoot, blood out of this person's, what is it, vein?
Sure.
Artery, whatever it is.
But also when it comes to the 80s, you have these franchises that were built that are still around to this day. And it all started in the 80s. So we want to thank Foxtel Jameson Press for talking about this and suggesting this to us. It was a great top 5. It was very hard. It was a very hard top 5. It was so hard, Terrence didn't even want to be on it. All right, take us home.
All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell us your top picks, and also rag on Terrence because he didn't want to be on this.
That's right. For Aspen, where the hell she's at? Then 3, 2, 1.
Art, take it home.
You want to do it again?
Sure.
Okay. Art, take us home.
All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, do all that stuff to us.
We'll do it to him. 3, 2, 1. Art, take us home.
That was good. That was good.
I didn't think you liked that one. I didn't think you wanted that.
I would have said somebody like it.
All right.
I'm going to go with that one again.
All right, fine. 3, 2, 1. All right, take us home.
All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, do all that stuff to us on social media.
Alrighty then. For Aspen, wherever she's at, Terrence in the back, I'm Manny.
I'm Art.
And you guys have a safe Halloween.
We're getting verification.
Yeah, we're getting verification right now.
It is 90s, I know what I'm telling you.
Okay. I believe it's the 90s because
It is the 90s.
I was in high school when that movie came out.
Yep.
Verification. Waiting.
Oh, wait.
For me.
Manny's right.
Candyman movie. Wait, Candyman song.
Knocking the boot. This time, it's one of a kind, blowing your mind.
This is all gonna be cut.